Welcome into another edition of the Leadership Library, hosted by CEO and author Rocky Romanella. Rocky is the author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts, The Principles of Balanced Leadership, and has over 40 years of business experience as a prominent member of the UPS Supply Chain Solutions team, as well as the CEO of Unitech Global Services. So sit back, grab your notebook, and take a seat, and get ready for this edition of the Leadership Library.
Hello, welcome to the Leadership Library, and I guess I'm your librarian, Rocky Romanella. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. In our previous episode, we talked about our market assessment of the things outside of our control as we're doing our market assessment. Today, let's talk about, in our market assessment, the things that are within our control. Operational excellence is always within our control, and that comes down to our process efficiencies, our cost to serve, our revenue, our margins, our origin quality assurance. We start the process. What are our quality assurance things that we have in place? And of course, what's the experience of our people? Some of it is experience that they have. If it's a new product or service, what's the experience that we're giving them the training on? So operational excellence is always within our control inside our organization. I think safety is always within our control. Safety is a core value. It should be a core value in all of our organizations. It should come down to the training that you get from a new product or service, what certifications are necessary depending on the new product or service. What's our commitment? In other words, do we silently sanction bad behavior by looking the other way? Do we walk by an unsafe act but don't think it's unsafe enough that we should stop and talk about it? Absolutely not. We're never allowed to silently sanction bad behaviors as leaders, especially when it comes to safety. If safety is a core value, we would rather not do business than do business unsafely. So safety as a cultural thing is so important inside our organization. That is always within our control. And finally, I think it's management accountability. What are the reports and measures? What's our level of acceptance? No one should be more upset or disappointed in us not making a plan than ourselves. We ourselves. I should be more disappointed in myself than anyone else. I should hold myself more accountable than the person I work for, no matter what level inside the organization, whether you're the CEO answering to a board or to your customers, to that frontline supervisor who may be answering to a manager. At the end of the day, no one holds you more accountable than you do to yourself. A truly empowered person holds themselves accountable. Nobody disciplines an empowered employee more than they discipline themselves. And so I think management accountability, people accountability, your accountability as a person is so important. And finally, I think one of the things that we can control is our ability to recognize our people. It's so important that we recognize our people. Now, everybody likes recognition differently. Some people like it individually. Some people like it in a group. Some people like it in a note, some people like just a simple, hey, thank you for all you do on behalf of our organization. But recognition is always one of those things that we can do. If we don't do it, it's only because we choose not to. Always make time to recognize your people and make sure they understand how valuable they are inside your organization. The brand is carried by the people inside your organization. This organization's success comes down to the ability for that person who interacts with the customer. If you're a delivery company, it's your driver, it's your service provider. He or she is who the customer sees every day. That's the company. It's not the person sitting in the CEO office or the manager's office. It's that frontline individual who's engaging with your customers every day. We can control that by the way we talk to our people, train our people, and explain to them what good looks like and our level of acceptance. So those are the things that we can control inside our organization. So in our last episode, we talked about the things outside of our control that we have to work through and work with. And then we have things inside our organization that we can control. And those things that we can control, we have to make sure we can control. The stuff outside our organization is going to be difficult enough. Why add difficulty? Because we lost control of the things we can control. Until our next conversation, until our next episode, be safe. Thank you for joining me here at the Leadership Library. Be safe, have a great day, and enjoy your cup of joe, or tea if you like tea, as you listen to your Leadership Library podcast.